Detective Dinosaur by James Schofield. The Case of the Missing Hat. "Drat," said Detective Dinosaur. "Where is my hat? It is missing." Detective Dinosaur looked in his desk. No hat. He looked on his bookshelf. He looked in his wastebasket. He saw a banana peel, but no hat. Bring! The phone rang. It was Chief Tyrannosaurus. "Chief," said Detective Dinosaur, "something awful has happened. My hat is missing." "Well, that is awful," said Chief Tyrannosaurus. "Ask the other deputy at the missing hats office. Maybe he has seen your hat." "Okay, Chief," said Detective Dinosaur. He went to the office of the missing hats. He saw big hats and small hats, silk hats and straw hats. "Where is my hat?" he asked the deputy. "It is still missing." "I am sorry," the deputy said. Detective Dinosaur walked away and ran into Officer Pterodactyl. "You look sad, sir," she said. "I have just come from the office of missing hats," said Detective Dinosaur. "I saw many hats, but I did not see my hat. Drat, it is still missing." "But, sir," said Officer Pterodactyl, "what is on your head?" Detective Dinosaur reached up. He felt something on his head. "It is my hat!" cried Detective Dinosaur. "It is no longer missing. Officer, how can I ever thank you?" "No need, sir," said Officer Pterodactyl. "Glad to help out." Case closed. The Case of the Squeaking Shoe. Detective Dinosaur and Officer Pterodactyl were on patrol one morning. Squeak! Each time Detective Dinosaur took a step, he heard squeak. "Officer Pterodactyl," said Detective Dinosaur, "each time I take a step, my shoe squeaks." "Perhaps it is too tight, sir," said Officer Pterodactyl. "No," said Detective Dinosaur, "it fits me just fine." "Perhaps your shoe is old, sir," said the officer. "No, no," said Detective Dinosaur, "it is brand new." "Perhaps your shoe needs to be polished, sir," the officer said. "No, no, no," said Detective Dinosaur. "I polished it this morning." "Then I do not know, sir," said Officer Pterodactyl. "I think my shoe squeaks," said Detective Dinosaur, "because it is angry." "Shoes do not get angry, sir," said the officer. "Well, mine does," said the detective. "When I was a little dinosaur, I got angry. My mother would sing to me. Now I will sing to my shoe." Detective Dinosaur sang, oh, shoe, do not feel bad. I am not mean, I am not mad. What makes you squeak with all your might? Are your shoelaces tied too tight?" "Oh, go away," said a small voice. "Did you speak, shoe?" said Detective Dinosaur. "No," said the voice, "I did. A mouse climbed out of the shoe. I was trying to take a nap," said the mouse, "but each time you took a step, your big foot squeezed me. Now let me down and stop singing." Detective Dinosaur let the mouse jump out and run away. Then he put on his shoe and he took a step. There was no squeak. Hooray, said Detective Dinosaur. My shoe is no longer angry. Officer Pterodactyl shook her head and she flew away. Detective Dinosaur walked on without a sound. Case closed. Night Patrol. Detective Dinosaur and Officer Pterodactyl were on night patrol. It was dark. It was quiet. Psst. Officer Pterodactyl said, Detective Dinosaur, I think someone is following us. Do not worry, sir, said Officer Pterodactyl. It is only our shadows. Suddenly, they heard a noise. Clang! It came from down a dark alley. Detective Dinosaur and Officer Pterodactyl tiptoed down the alley. They peeked around a corner. They saw a huge dark shadow. The shadow was slamming something big and round on the ground. Clang! Detective Dinosaur and Officer Pterodactyl were afraid. What is it? Asked Detective Dinosaur. I do not know, sir, said Officer Pterodactyl, but it is big. Perhaps it is a robber. But robbers are quiet, sir, said the officer. Perhaps it is a monster, said the detective. Perhaps we should call the police. We are the police, sir, said the officer. Oh, you are right. It's up to us. This is the police, he yelled bravely. Come out with your hands up. Thank goodness, said a little voice. Come help me quickly. Detective Dinosaur and Officer Pterodactyl went around the corner. They found a little stegosaurus. My mama told me to take out the garbage, she said, but my tail got caught on this lid, and I cannot get it free. The little stegosaurus swung her tail and slammed the lid on the ground. Clang! Hold still, little one, said Officer Pterodactyl. She freed the tail. Thank you so much, said the little stegosaurus. Now you better run inside, said Detective Dinosaur. You do not want your mama to be worried. Detective Dinosaur and Officer Pterodactyl walked down the alley. I'm so glad it was not a monster, said the detective. Do not worry, sir, said the officer. I will always protect you. Yes, said the detective, you are a brave officer. So are you, sir, said Officer Pterodactyl. Together, the two brave friends and their shadows walked on into the night. Case closed. The end.